Welcome to the It's Not That Serious podcast, where business gets real, laughs get loud, and absolutely nothing is off the table. So let's just start with, what is your business?
So I own and run like a vintage ice cream bike, like an actual bike.
Like Dickie D?
Style. And it has, like, right now I'm selling prepackaged items, but I'm partnering with Churned, the vegan place on Portland Street. So they're like, they make everything homemade in shop. So I'm going to sell that also this summer.
So are you based out of Dartmouth?
I live out by Martinique Beach.
Okay, because that I thought you like lived somewhere beach wise. Yeah. I thought Hubbard's. But,
okay, yeah.
Okay.
I'm on the Eastern Shore, but I have a utility trailer and I go anywhere.
Oh, amazing!
So cool.
Okay, so you started this when?
I started this my first event was last May.
Last May. And what was that first event?
It was a car show.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
How
so
many
it's
people
cool.
came through?
I think there was a couple hundred.
Okay.
So they had me like as a vendor and I was just selling my ice cream and it was awful. I didn't have any dry ice because I was just new and I was like, hey, how am I going to do this? So my mom was with me and like all my friends came and my family and like things were melting and like it was just...
Sounds like everybody's first day.
Everybody's first day.
Like
yeah.
it was the first
year.
Yeah. Like I didn't know what to do and everything has just been trial and error.
Am I allowed to ask how much money you made in your first event?
Oh, I was definitely in the negative.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's not talk like what you made off of it, like just revenue. Like where you had sales.
Yes.
Did you do a few $100 in sales?
Oh,
like
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So like worth going out there. We're getting started.
For sure.
Just you went live with your test and it went to shit pretty quick.
So my idea at the beginning was to like keep everything like local to the Eastern Shore, community, like. So I did the car event and it was the car show and it was there. But then as I started like putting my business out there, people were writing me and being like, oh my gosh, will you come to my wedding? And then I was like, oh my gosh, like, should I be doing like corporate and weddings and all that? So that's kind of where my business is going now. So I did 6 weddings last year.
Oh, wow.
And I have a business goal this year of more.
Are you hooked up with like wedding event planners and coordinators so they just hire you and make this easy?
But for me, it's like I spend so much of my time like reaching out and being like, keep me in mind, hire me.
You need to do it though.
I just
That's
feel
good,
like I'm like a little,
Yeah.
like I have spent so many months just like that's all I do.
But that's like the piece that like people who sit and wait for it to come to them versus you being like, okay, well, every 15 times I reach out, somebody bites. So that's you converting leads or forcing lead generation and converting it to sales. So you don't even know, like, as awkward as that is, like that's how you start. That's how the guest we had on last, Amanda, that she's like one of the first people I DM'd when I started. And I cringed when it's still in the feed because we hadn't talked that much in between. I was like, hi, if your shampoo ladies ever want a tax seminar, call me. And I was like, oh, and she said yes, but we never did it. And I was like, wow, at least she said yes. She was just nice. But like, here we are.
But like my attitude is like, in my outlook, if you don't ask, you're not going to get it.
That's right. It's always no if you don't ask.
Right. So it's like, I mean, preach all these things, but if I'm thinking that, like even when I said like, I am a little intimidated, but it's like, well, what's the point of not doing it? Because you're not going to get anything out of it. And I really want to learn and I want to grow and I want to like immerse myself into this whole business world. And so I'm just doing it.
So you worked full time?
I've worked for the school board for like 13 years.
And you still do, or you are all in on
I'm
this?
all in on the Dickie D.
This is amazing. So I saw your first post on Instagram for this account is like gosh. April 22nd, 2025. Like legit, it's very, very new. So like, how did you get to where you're like, I'm going to leave and like jump fully? Like, did you save a bunch of money? Like, what is the safety net? Like,
no.
I love that.
That's the way to do it. Just jump.
So
I love that.
I was just I was trying to do both last spring. So I was working at the school board and I was just feeling like a little burnt out. And then I was like, but I really want to do this, but is it smart? Like everyone says, like, not everyone, but like some people will say like, oh, you should, work and see if this is really what you want or test the waters. And I was like,
No.
You won't make it work. It'll
That's
take
the
so
thing.
much longer to get where you're going if you don't have pressure of having to get there. You're
Yeah.
like, I can get there, but I still have this paycheck, so I won't, or I'll take way longer. Like, I love the jump.
And then I was like doing stuff. I was like working full time and doing the events, which was fun. But I was also like running with a chicken, like whatever, with my head cut off because I was working.
That never changes, just so
Yeah.
you know.
Ever.
Yeah,
Ever.
I want to run like that, but my way.
Lots of money too,
Yeah,
though, right?
right.
It's
Like,
worth it when the money comes.
Successfully and doing
Yes.
my own
Yeah.
thing, right?
Yes.
So with the school board, I was just like, I just need to leave. Like, and it was nothing. It wasn't like a huge surprise.
Yeah.
It had been something that I wanted to do, but I didn't really know. I wasn't making a move. I was saying I wanted to change, but not doing anything. Sitting in that comfort zone, sitting sad, mopey, but not like making the dream.
Yeah.
Can I like
Right?
I'll preface this comment with that this is my opinion,
Okay.
not yours, because obviously like you don't want to close that door if you ever need to go back to the school board.
Yeah.
But this is like one complete extreme to the other because you are working in a system that is literally meant to not spit out entrepreneurs on the other end or create
100%.
entrepreneurs or like put us in that, like give us a skill set to be able to do this. Like you get out of school at the end and it's like primary, like you're starting all over when you want to be an entrepreneur. But if you want to go work for someone 9 to 5, like that system has taught you to do that.
Mhm.
Like how do you, like you're like a fish out of water, or like this is your comfort zone and you were in the wrong place before?
I think I was in the wrong place, but I'll never forget like some comments people were like, well, if we didn't do this, like what would we do? And I really don't like being put
In your
like,
box.
yeah. And I'm like, I don't know. I just don't like being told what to do. And I'm like, oh, you say this, I'm
Yeah,
doing this.
no.
You say I
She
can't?
tells me what to do.
I do. Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
only
I
person.
secretly run from here.
So I was like, that really stuck with me, and it actually lit a huge fire under my ass, being like, oh my gosh, do people think like that?
No, they
people
do.
It's
think,
crazy.
like anyone can do anything, and it's crazy just if you're in like just because you're in a secure job.
You're not safe. You can get fired
Yeah,
at any
exactly.
point. Like nothing is safe. Nothing is guaranteed.
And it made me sad because I was like, that people actually think that they couldn't do anything else
Yeah.
is a wild concept to me.
Have you had to cut anybody off yet for like their energy not vibing with this change in your life?
Everyone's been amazing. I have a really great like family and friends, and I think sometimes it is hard when you have people that they won't understand at the beginning. They're like, oh, damn girl, like,
Yeah.
Mhm.
what are you doing? But I think, and I still feel like I need to prove to myself that I can do this, but
For
I don't
sure.
feel the need to prove to anybody else because I know that there are people in my shoes that are like, oh, I want to, but like, how do you do it? How did you do it? How do you take that leap? And I think that right there, like, just shows that, I did the right thing and I did the right thing for me.
I love that.
Yeah.
We're the same person.
Yeah, we are. We share everything.
For sure. I think that like there's cycles to like the support and then the family component and the friends component. I like that saying that it's like lonely at the top is really, really true. And I wouldn't say I'm at the top, but I definitely have done more than most thought I would do, and more than I even thought I would do, but more also than most of the people around me. So I started out and it was like super cute and people were supporting, and then like some stuff fell off and people got quiet, and now the like hate is a little louder and it's from inside.
Yeah.
And it's like such a shitty place to be because you're like, do I stop? Do I stay here? Do I value like keeping my friends and family happy and I be miserable, or do I keep going and with the understanding that that might be by myself? And like this person is gone. Like this year I really lost a great, great friend. They just like couldn't handle where I'm at now. And like the vile things that got said to me in our like really long friendship never spoke to me like this.
Wow.
And so where I'm going with it is like, if it's like you're in a great position in the cycle, and I hope like that it never goes that way for you, but the better you do, the louder that noise gets.
And I think for me, like, it is all cute right now because, and at the beginning, that's what it was for me. It was like this cute bike, this cute aesthetic.
Where did this come from? Like, where'd you get the bike?
So,
love it.
a gentleman from New Brunswick had this bike, and I messaged him on Marketplace, and I was like,
Oh, that was true. You
Yeah,
found
yeah.
that. I thought she was just
Yeah.
talking
No,
shit.
no.
Like,
Are
she
you
did her homework.
scrolling late night,
Totally.
finding a bike
Yeah,
in
like,
Marketplace,
There's
and being
my
like,
new
this is it.
life.
Yes.
This is it. The light
So,
bulb.
I've been looking at trucks for a long time. And,
Food
like,
trucks?
Yeah. And,
Okay.
And my friends would like send them to me.
They're
or, like,
expensive.
They would see one on the side of the road, and I'd
Stupidly.
just get all these random texts, and they'd be like, "Hey, girl, look what I like." I'm
There's
like,
your future.
I love that you guys think of me when you see like.
I
all
love that
the
you put it
big-
out. I don't say anything when I'm
Oh,
like dreaming or wishing
yes.
something. I like maybe to her if I'm like, I need you to do this.
Yeah.
Like, don't tell anybody. But you like put that energy out there. Like,
But I think I put it out as like a joke,
okay.
right?
But
Because,
enough that like
yeah.
they're sending you pictures though.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, because like it'd be so fun if your friend sold ice cream. Like that'd be cute.
Love.
so
I don't know.
cute.
So then
I love it.
I would look on Marketplace and I'd write people, but at the end of the day, I was like, that's too much for me. Like
Yeah.
I can't be buying like a truck.
$12,000
Yeah.
trucks.
Right.
You could
starting
get
off
like
at
a
deficit.
$70,000
Yeah.
food truck. We definitely have
Yeah.
clients with $100,000 food trucks. Like they're
Right.
Oh,
no
for
joke. That's a big commitment.
Yeah.
Like you're
Mhm.
all in.
And that was
And then you got to get a permit to park it somewhere to do business.
and
Like
that's what it was. It was like this commitment. I was like, yeah, it's just a dream. So at the end of the day, I would just like, for myself not to feel guilty, I'd be like, oh, girl's dreaming. That's cute.
Yeah.
Right? Like I would just kind of tell
let me go to
myself-
work now.
Yeah. Cry in the corner and then
Fuck.
go back on Marketplace at night. So I wrote this guy and he was like, he had the price or whatever. And I said, do you ever come to Halifax? And he said, no. And I was like, okay, just like everything else, next. So then he wrote me an hour later and he's like, I could drop it off tonight. I'm going to leave it an hour. And I was like, this guy's full of shit.
Oh my God.
So then he said, like, can you get me the cash? And I was like, yes. And he's like, I'm not going to have Wi-Fi on the road. Like, and I was like, this is so weird. And I was like,
Right?
typical
He's
me,
not
like,
I'm gonna get
coming.
murdered.
Yeah.
So I called my husband. I'm like, he's at work. I'm like, hey, I'm going to the bank and I'm taking out this money. This guy's gonna drop off this ice cream bike at your dad's place. Okay.
Oh,
He's
that was
like-
smart.
He's like, oh, okay. Because we were living with my parents because we were building our house.
Okay.
He was like, okay, hon.
I love it. I love it.
So yeah, Freddie's just amazing. And he just like rolls with my crazy. And yeah, he's like, okay. Like I'm like, is this okay? He's like, sure. I'm like, okay. So I got the cash.
And I'm gonna
out.
quit my job.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, just hold on.
Yes.
So then I was still like, this isn't for real. Like this guy's not going to drive all the way.
It
from New
sounds so
Brunswick
sketch.
Down
I
to
know.
The no
My
data.
first thought is like, he's definitely coming to murder you.
You're moving to New Brunswick.
Yeah, like
So
down
you
to
know.
East Peswick. I'm like, this is weird. So I tell my father-in-law, and he's like, okay. So, and then all of a sudden, like it was like 7:00 at night. This bike just turned like it was
Turns
just
the
in the
corner.
field in East Peswick, and I was like, oh my god, now what?
That's
So
crazy.
then I had
It's
this
here.
bike in the field, and then it just started to roll.
And you're saying bike, like we're literally talking pedals.
yes.
It's
Like, do
literally
you
like
drive
with
it?
a little
Pedals
trailer
down.
hitch?
Can you drive it?
You can, but
But-
the brakes are very
Okay.
sketch. So
Okay.
it is drivable-ish.
Okay.
So yeah, and then I'm like, so I wrote.
Why do I want a photo shoot on the
I
Dickie D
know.
bike?
Yeah, you do.
I really do.
So then I'm like writing my friends. I'm like, hey, look what I bought.
That's
And they're
hilarious.
like, what is happening? And I'm like, I don't know. So then I wrote one of my friends. She's really great. She's just like hands on with everything. She's like my go-to girl. And I'm like, can you make me a logo? Like, what do you think? And like, we would have this joined Pinterest board of like my dream.
I love
Yeah.
that.
So like she would add stuff and I would add stuff. And I always
We
had
need
this
this.
image of like the stripes and
Right?
the vintage and like all the like the blue. And I don't know why. Like blue's not even my favorite color.
You talk about the fact that you're wearing your colors.
I know.
Right.
I've
Is that
had-
planned?
Just
I love.
teeny tiny
yeah.
bit, but I didn't overthink it.
Perfect.
promise.
I love
I
it.
promise.
I love it.
So I was like, so then she did the logo, and then I was gonna spray paint it, and people were like, "Please don't do that. Just don't do that." So I reached out to a guy that I went to high school with that owns an auto body shop, and he was like, "Please do not spray paint it. I would paint it for you." So he like painted my bike. Yeah, and
And
then
then it just all fell into
Yeah.
place. So how did you get the car show, the first event? How did that come to be?
I reached out.
Okay.
I think I must have I think I was trying to think like, what should I do? And then someone maybe mentioned it, and then I just reached out.
And they were like, sure.
Yeah.
Did you have to pay to be a vendor?
Yes.
There. So, okay. So that's part of like not helping with having made money. Like they weren't just looking for free vendors. They were, the car show made money off you being there.
That was I think it was a donation.
Okay.
Yeah. That's how that worked. So that was not too bad. So yeah.
Okay. So we're in year 1. You do the car show. You said 6 weddings.
Yes.
All right. So do you consider year 1 like over with December 31st, or are we talking like fiscal, which is like you'll go till April or whenever you got the bike in the first place? Like how are you measuring your years?
I think I'm measuring my years like April.
Okay.
So I'm still in my first year.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. And I mean, obviously, yes, you are. But some folks just talk like the fiscal versus calendar. So I want to keep it on par with the language that you're talking. So
my language.
Your language. Yes. So now we're, January, we're in a new calendar year, but you're still first year of your business, 6 events under your belt. What does the second half of the year look like?
So I also did a lot of corporate, like I did a couple events for the hotels.
Okay.
And I did 3 events for the hospitals, which I just had these, they weren't goals that I like writ down. They were just like cuckoo goals. Like, oh, I don't know. Just like, they weren't really anything special. Like they weren't anything that I writ down and really thought about. They were just like, oh, it'd be cool if I like did something at a hotel in Halifax.
Just brainstorming like where I might could get business.
Right.
Okay.
So then I just literally wrote anyone under the sun that I thought, like golf courses, hospitals, I think the total was 43 events.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Oh
so
God.
the 6
Okay,
weddings was
6
good.
I was like, that's so cute.
Yeah,
No, you are out
it
here
was
doing
cute.
it.
But
Okay.
then,
Now
I feel like I
it's
did
real.
crush
Yeah.
that, like the summer, and then stuff was still going into the fall.
Okay.
I did like a golf course thing that was really cool. They did like a Happy Gilmore night.
Oh,
It's like, when the movie came out, the second one, they had like a big screen, and then they hired me to go, and then they had food, and
that's awesome.
it was really cool.
That's so cool.
Yeah,
Oh, amazing.
So I think this part of my year, I'm just trying to focus on what didn't work.
Learn the lessons.
Yeah, like markets.
And like ice cream in January, like Q1, January, February, March.
Right.
Probably not booking tons of ice cream events.
Yeah. So the winter's been, I did do a therapeutic petting farm in December.
Oh my God, that's cool.
You
froze. Just how you were going to say?
Died. Yeah.
Oh no.
My husband brought me like warmers.
God
and,
love
like,
you.
They stood there eating drumsticks, and they were freezing their can off, and like God loved them. But
that's
like it was
amazing.
Cute.
Yeah, it was cute.
And I wanted
some cute pictures.
I wanted to do it. It was for like a local girl that just started her business, and like that's the kind of stuff that I want to support. But I also want to really dig deep into the corporate stuff.
Yeah.
So this year
there was a different price tag for corporate versus private events.
Sure. So the markets are really tough for me.
For sure. In general, markets are tough. They're really more of an exposure thing 100%. Than a like, this is where I make all my money thing.
So I just hired like an admin, and she helps me with my content and stuff.
Okay. Yes. We're hiring people.
So, listen, I feel like you're doing so much better than you gave yourself credit for at the start.
Like, I don't know what I'm doing. You're like, I have people. I'm booked
solid.
I'm rich. I'm building a new
But I'm just like, for me, it was like the time I was putting into my social media, and I was like, I don't want to sit there on a Saturday with like, I have a toddler, and I was like, I want to spend my time with my family. And I did feel like there was a time when I was just head down on my phone all the time, and I wasn't present.
That's fair.
It's so tough. And
is it mom guilt, or do you like feel like you were overworked? Like,
I think it was a combination, probably, of just like, sometimes there'd be nothing at me, and then the next minute there'd be like 10 things, which I love, and I love multitasking, and I love the rush, and it's seriously, I'm like, oh my God, is this what it feels like?
The rush,
to do drugs, like shit. I'm like,
I know the feeling, like chasing the deals. That's when I get it. Like
my background is not that. it's
Right.
I worked in the school board, so I'm like, where's this
There is no rush. You're like,
You have the
I
soul.
don't
You have
wanna
the
be
soul of an
here.
entrepreneur. Like,
Oh, facts.
honestly,
But
Yeah.
like I've never sold anything. Like I shy away from
Sometimes
people
I
that look
like
at me
hang up the
like-
phone doing a big deal, and I get on, I'm like, fuck yeah, like fuck yeah, like I just go nuts. Like it's like physical. I have to have the reaction. Like it's usually in private. I won't let them see me do it. And, like I might even do a lap around my house, like
That's
on a
amazing.
big deal or like something. Like when I've checked a box that's been like lingering for a little too long. Like it's
Yeah.
incredible, that adrenaline rush, and
Like,
like
when
whatever does it for you.
emailing or writing back and forth about like a wedding or something, I get like all bug-eyed. I'm like, woo! Like,
oh my god, I'm so happy
like,
for you.
Is this normal? Like, what is happening?
That's hilarious. Okay, how many kids?
I have a 4-year-old.
You have
one.
One.
Yeah.
Okay. And so at this point, like with what you do, is there a lot of daytime events anyway? Like,
So there was a lot last year. There was a
Okay.
lot of
sorry, when I'm saying like day, like Monday to Friday, like obviously
Yeah.
your weekends are screwed with this
Yeah.
so
model.
the thing with the weeks is there was stuff in the weeks.
Okay.
Like in the day, 2:00, 3:00. I was doing stuff like with the seniors facility, so that was during the day.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So how did you like get a grip on? So for me, the balance thing, I don't care about. Like if yesterday was a 17-hour day, it doesn't bother me. Like my kids are in great hands. I have a great like support system, but my kids are also amazing in understanding that mommy does this so we can do all this, and dad
Right.
does this so we have access to these things.
Right.
So I don't do the mom guilt thing, and I don't do the like balance blah blah. But that's not to say that like I don't understand that that's how other people function. So are you working, like, is balance really important to you, or are you like, I'm in and there's gonna be sacrifices and it is what it is, or is it really important to you to have that like perfect balance?
So I actually did a story on my Instagram about balance, and I was like rambling on, and I was like, we all search for this thing, but in the end is like, who even feels balanced?
Yeah.
So then I did a poll, and there was like 3 people, like
That
say
said
out of
yes.
50. Yeah. And I was like, no, you ain't.
Yeah.
I
Like,
agree. It's happiness. If I'm doing something and I'm not happy, then I guess you can say the balance is out of whack. But I love being here. I love being home. I love being with my husband. So the happiness is there. The balance for me works.
So I feel like you do have to sacrifice a bit of the balance, and I do that because I really don't believe that we'll ever,
Right.
I don't know.
Chase that perfect
Yeah.
until your business can work without you and just
Mhm.
send you money
Right.
on
Like,
regular.
and
This is what it is.
And I want to have a part in my business, even long term, like with when I close my eyes at night and I'm like, what is, if
Absolutely.
you're going to say like, how do you feel? Where do you want to be in your business in 5 or 7 years? Like, I still want to have some type,
Yeah.
maybe not like driving the bike, but I definitely want to like
Driving the bike.
Be there at the
You
event.
do not want to see me drive the bike.
I do,
No,
though.
I
I
do
do.
too.
It's the
Yeah.
only thing I
Every
want to
time
see.
people are
We're gonna
like,
pull
"Get
up
on
to
the
an
bike."
event,
I'm like,
for sure.
Stop. This is so embarrassing.
So
Like,
I have an Airbnb in Tangier, which is in the
Okay.
Eastern Shore.
Yeah.
So I feel like I have to pass through wherever
You
you
do.
are to get to it. I will see you on this bike at
that's
some point.
amazing. Oh my gosh.
Okay, so we're back to the next 6 months. You're talking about sort of all the things that you're hoping to do, but like off camera 2 seconds ago, you just told us the best news. Because honestly, anybody scaling in the first 6 months to a year, like that's really rare that they can reinvest and be able to grow. So I'm going to ask you, I think this is the 3rd time I'm asking you this
Sorry.
question. No, that's okay, because this is going to be the best answer. What does the next 6 months look like?
So I was gifted a second bike.
It's brilliant.
So a gentleman from Ontario messaged my husband and was like, why does this remind me of your wife? And he was
Okay.
like, because she runs a vintage ice cream bike business. And he was like, damn. He's like, do you want this? And my husband was like, yes. So they shipped it to Halifax, and then he was like, Kate, we have to go pick something up. Let's hook up the trailer. And I was like, why? I don't want to go
Oh,
in
you
the
didn't
city.
know that this was all
No.
going?
Oh my God.
I
was
love
like,
your
I don't want to
husband.
go in the city. And he was like, come on. So we like drove down to the Alexander Keith's brewery, and we like backed up, and they opened the door, and I was like, what is happening? Like, what is going on here? And then the guys came out, and they were like loading the bike on, and I was like, oh
my gosh.
man.
That's amazing.
So then I was like, okay, cool. Like I have a second bike. It's more drivable.
Okay.
So I'm hoping to get, so the idea is to get it branded the same.
Yep.
Same colors, same deal, but it's a different material. So the guy that's painting it right now is just going to see if he can make it the same material.
Okay.
And I'm going to see what I can do with it, because I was already getting asked last summer for the same dates for weddings this summer. So last summer I was like, man, I'm turning people away. Like,
No, thank you.
no,
No.
like this is not smart. Like, I don't know a ton about business, but
It's
like,
a
I know
great
that's a
problem to
no-no.
have. That's a great
I know
problem to
that's a
have.
no-no. So then I was like, okay, well, I have the bike. That's sweet. But now I have to like get it going, brand it, do it.
So can the
Push
bike
it.
be rented and you not have to be there?
Well, this is the problem.
Okay.
So I have 2 bikes. Oh, cute,
And you're
smart.
one person.
And I only have 1 trailer.
Okay.
And so
Okay.
like last year I hired a student because I was like, oh, you know, like she was awesome. Like, God love her. She just like, she was hardworking and like she just wanted to make a little bit of money. And I remember that. And I really support that generation because like I was just like, give me all the babysitting jobs so I
Yeah.
can like buy the Gap sweater, you know, like, you know. So I was like, I really like felt that with her. And I was like, I just want you to like make a little bit of money and just hang.
I love that.
And so she messaged me at Christmas and she was like, Merry Christmas. I loved working for Shore Peddlin this year. I was like, man, you're so sweet. So then I told her about the bike and she's like, I'd love to work. So I was thinking that she could drive it. So like when you're going down Tangier, you were like,
Yes.
hey!
100%.
In my community, at the ball fields, stuff like that,
Like straight Dickie Dean.
straight old school Dickie Dean.
Yes. Shore Peddlin.
Shore Peddlin.
Shore Peddlin.
Yes.
Shore Peddlin. Right. So yeah, I'm excited, but there's obviously
It's a good
logistics.
problem to
Yeah.
have.
Yeah.
Like literally a good problem to have. Like too many options, too many reasons. Like that's great. Like you're not there like, okay, where's my next dollar? You're like, how do I strategize all this to maximize?
And I think the
dollars.
thing is too is like there's so many like things like, okay, oh well, I only have 1 trailer. Well, I can't have another bike. Well, if you don't get the other bike, then you're not going to welcome more business.
It's never
And
going to
Exactly.
happen in
Yeah.
perfect order the
I'm
way you
just
think
done
anyway.
putting up walls for myself. Like we can all
Yeah.
sit there and be like, no, I just, well, you know, and not that I think that money, I don't believe that you should be like, oh, put like $1 million on
No.
blackjack and
No.
be like, if
Oh
I,
yeah,
if I
no,
get
throw money
black,
away.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, yeah.
then
I thought you were gonna say that you're not like money driven. I was like, oh, have you met me?
You're like, okay, and we're ending this right
We-
now. And I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
not
gonna be
gonna
talking
keep
shit
going.
about me later.
You said what?
But I couldn't lead with that when I was starting, you know.
Right.
But yeah, I can be a little more transparent that it is something that wakes me up real early in the morning. Like it's part of the hunt and it's part of like my drive, just doing the deals
Yeah,
and seeing them hit my bank account.
of course.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
And I didn't want to like go completely in the hole,
Yeah.
you know, at the beginning, like, but I'm definitely, I broke even my first year.
I love that.
Well,
That's
I'm still in
amazing.
my first year.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
But yeah, I think before I was okay with just that. Like, you know, there's businesses out there that just break even and
Absolutely.
they're happy. But I was like, but this year I want more. I
Yeah.
want to see.
Well, you've left your job, so this
Right.
is
Like,
this
this
has
is
got to
no-
work.
So yeah, and before
You're
I
here
think-
for the dollars a little bit.
Yeah.
You're passionate about it, but that's the ultimate win,
course,
right?
yeah.
To make money doing the thing you love. Like, does it get any better than that?
And I think like that thing, you know, it like kind of, it doesn't hurt, but it's just like when people are like, oh, that cute little side hustle. I'm like, it's not.
Oh yes.
This
See, that's
is,
that's some shade right there.
this-
Cute little.
yeah.
Okay,
And
go
because
clock
it
in,
is
bitch.
cute.
No, I'm just.
Listen, it is cute,
it
but
is
it
cute.
honestly sounds like you're killing
It's
it.
not- yeah.
In
It
that
is cute,
space.
and
Yeah.
it is, you know, but to me, oh, like, you know, just sometimes when I did stuff, people were like, you know, just make comments like, oh, it's so cute, but like, no, it's too much for ice cream, or like just those
Yeah,
things.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like,
Cool, you're not my
Yeah,
customer.
this is literally
Bye.
like my
So-
life.
Yeah. No, I love
Rude.
go to Costco. They have the dollar
Yeah.
ice cream there. That's what you're looking for. No,
It really is just so eye opening to me because like I grew up like, you know, to be
polite. Like the
polite
things
and
people will
to-
say.
right.
And you're like
Like,
you're
excuse
almost
me,
like
what?
I'm aware of what the price is. Like, just because it's not your budget or within your means, like, you don't have to take a shot at me. All you have to do is not buy from me.
Yeah.
That's it. And walk away. Like, what did you get out of making that comment?
Right.
Like, I'm not changing the price.
Right.
And it goes up every year, just so you know. So it's going to get worse.
So
I don't get that.
I did run into something talking about boundaries a little bit a couple minutes back, but I did do a price change to kind of just be more fair to me, because when I hired my admin, she was like, "Girl, what are you doing?" And I was like,
She's on me about pricing
I was
all
like,
the time.
"What?"
Yeah.
I was like, "I just want to be fair." She said, "Okay."
Yeah.
I'm
Oh, I
like,
do
Yeah.
that too.
Yeah. No,
We
she's
had a
said
on me.
huge price adjustment in the last 2
2
years.
years for sure.
She
Because
said, "You're not being fair.
Yeah,
You're not being fair
exactly.
to yourself."
Exactly.
Yeah.
Your time is worth money.
Right. So then I put a price tag on that, and I did lose someone that I had done like a few events for, and like, yeah,
That's what
in the
it is.
beginning I was like, damn it, I should have just stuck, like the loyalty price, or I don't even know
Mhm.
if that's a thing. Like,
No,
Yeah.
I do it. I have people that have been with me from the
Right.
jump, and then my price adjustment is on the new folks. But I also have learned that, like, in doing that, like, my loyalty to you usually ends up significantly stronger than yours to me, because now you're not like, well, I'll just get a little, the little bit you can, Steph, when you can. It's, I want everything that you do now and who you are now and how smart you are now and all your experience now for the price when 10 years ago or 15 years ago when you started. Like, I was an idiot. Like, we should all be in jail from the taxes I did those 15
Right.
years ago.
right.
But like, now I have like real skill and knowledge and experience. Like, there's a price tag for that, and she's better at it than me.
I am. But I
She's
I
like-
value you. And I feel
Yeah,
like
I
your
care.
true friends and the people who really support you are going to pay your price
Yeah.
because they value you.
And I think too, it's like a thing of respect. Like, I respect, I don't care what people are selling. Like, we have friends that play sports. I'm like, I don't care what your kids are selling, give it to me, because
And I don't
support you
haggle
and
either.
I love you,
Yeah.
and I'm not going to ask for
Exactly.
right. I'm
Yeah,
not
just
asking for a two for one.
never. I don't do any of that,
Like,
and I pay quickly. Like, I get an invoice, you're paid almost immediately. Like,
yes.
I really, really respect that people are out here that are hustling, that need that money. They sent
Mhm.
the invoice. It's they're entitled to it. They did the work.
Right.
Pay, but
Mhm.
we do some chasing around here
do.
too.
And that
you know?
hurts. And
It's
to me,
insulting, right?
especially for like when people, like, I had like a pop-up peddling into the holidays. It was like an event I had in my garage, and I had like some local people come in, and I sold their stuff, and that it was like when my friends and my family showed up and paid for stuff, it was like a love thing.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, damn, these people love me so much, and they're not asking for like, a deal or whatever. They're doing it. They're showing up because they respect me and they love me and they want to push this for me, and they're, sharing on their page and all that stuff.
I love that. Not a
Mhm.
single family member has shared this podcast. Not
No
one.
way.
Not one. And I DM it to them. Like, I'm like, I stay on it, like, foot on neck. I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to have to tell me to stop.
right.
But those are who I should be able to, like, just shamelessly
Mhm.
send this to and
100%.
expect that it ends up on your page, your feed, without me saying anything.
right.
And they don't even like it. They don't watch it. They don't like it. They don't comment. They don't like send me something back. Like, my mom did watch one the other day and said something, but she didn't share it, which is fine. She's an accountant too, so there's a little
She better be watching
conflict,
this one about
right?
the
You know what I'm
Keep
saying? I
Judgment,
hope she
right?
hears
she
this
will.
shit too,
Mama.
right?
Listen,
Come on, Dar.
I have
Where
4
you at?
Instagram accounts, and every single one likes and shares this.
Yeah, but it's friends in business mostly that, like, when you see whatever the amount of shares are, I go through and I'm like, oh, that's funny. Like, who it is, I'm like, those are my people. But the fact that, like, not a single family member, it's
That's
like,
crazy.
it's wild to me a little bit.
Mhm.
So what happens if, like, the next 6 months doesn't go how you plan and this business is, like, turning out to not be profitable? What do you do?
I know this sounds maybe not business smart, but I don't think like that. Like, I
Good.
don't.
Love that.
That's the right answer.
Yeah, I guess.
There is no plan B. Like, I'm all in.
Well, now you got it in my head.
No!
I'm just
It's
kidding.
okay. I was actually going to ask what your worst client experience was, to be honest with you, because I want the tea. And then I was like, you know what? Maybe not.
But like, I just don't. I actually don't think like that
Me
because I
neither.
feel like my biggest thing, if I thought like that, then I probably wouldn't have left my full-time job.
Yeah.
Fair.
And for me, like, to have that cushion, but like, I just ripped the cushion out and I was like, we're doing it.
You're succeeding. Come hell or high water.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
entrepreneurial mindset.
Yeah.
It's like that I can do it. Might not happen the way I plan it, but there's no like, well, if I don't, here's what I'll do instead. I have no plan B whatsoever. If this
Yeah.
building burns down, we're going to my house. Like there
Yeah.
nothing is going to stop any of what
I'm like,
we're doing
I don't
here.
know. Now I'm thinking, I'm like, I love cats. Maybe I could like,
You know what? That was
Oh my
actually
gosh.
going to be
I
my
don't
my
know.
other thing. I saw you love cats. I have 2 Maine Coons who are my children, and if I could claim them as dependents on my taxes, I
said-
probably.
I'm like, can I babysit them if Shore Peddlin doesn't work out?
You
Like,
guys are
I don't
hilarious.
know.
They're
I
actually
don't
pounds.
know.
I said don't bring up the cats
Yeah.
because I hate cats. Don't ask her about the cats.
Cats love her though.
Yeah, they're
So,
obsessed with me.
I don't have a backup plan.
Good.
You know
Good.
what?
Yeah.
I think that's okay.
100%.
I think that's the only way
Yeah.
to function in this space. No backup plan.
Yeah.
Like I think you're so far ahead in your mindset for someone who's
Yeah.
6 months in. It's really refreshing.
I should
You-
put that on my merch. No
You
backup
should.
plan.
No
I love
backup
it.
plan.
Honestly.
Shore Peddlin, no backup plan.
Yes.
Damn.
No, that's amazing.
Give yourself more credit.
Okay,
That's my last.
We do need to ask one more question now that she went there, though. Do you have a really
client
bad
story.
client experience?
Yeah.
Like you don't have to like
Name
give
names.
us names and
Yeah.
be like, you could. No, don't. I'm just joking.
I
but
think it was
something
just
shitty happening.
the one when I raised the price. It was the first time that I was like, oh damn, this is about purely money for them and it's not about the joy that it brings, and that's just not what I stand for.
Oh, but there's a lesson in it, right? Like
Yeah.
that I was doing it, like you're doing it with heart too.
Mhm.
But then when we
1,000,000%.
get down to like just the transaction of it, this person is willing to say no to me,
Mhm.
even though we have a rapport, a relationship.
Mhm.
Like you maybe didn't even see it coming. That happens a lot. Those are some of the worst gut punch lessons.
I did have a couple red flags too, and that was
Okay.
another thing. I was like, Jessica, you know,
Don't
girl.
ignore. But you kind of in the
Right.
first year, you got to
Yeah.
take everything that comes your way.
I know.
do.
You do. So in a few years in, you're like, no, bitch.
I do kind of have like a thing that I love. It's like, do no harm, take no shit. Like I really love, like I am like a super giving person and I
Mm.
love really hard, but I really don't. I don't
If
take
you just
it.
move as a good person,
Yeah.
then, however things play out, you can walk away knowing, they can't say I did this or I was shady or I was this or I was that. It just didn't work out.
Yeah.
And that's the long and short of the whole thing in the end. So
And my thing
It's a
is
great
like
way to be.
showing up genuine and like the come as you are attitude. I also love that. It's like I'm going and doing what I love and, I'm going to change and evolve. And if it doesn't align with you, that's okay.
absolutely, there will be people along the journey
Yeah.
that aren't in
But
the
I
next
think that's good
phase,
for
right?
me.
You have to.
For sure.
You can't
Yeah.
stay. Everything can't stay with you the whole time. Like there are things that have to fall off for you to grow. Like my friend that I lost this
Mhm.
year, I realized that in the last year, a lot of times like they're who I would vent to about shitty transactions or shitty things, and they would get me going worse instead of like, that's not you, you're better than that, you're stronger than that. They'd be like, punch her in the
Fueling
face,
it.
get her, post it on Facebook,
Yeah.
da, da, da. And I'm like,
Fueling it
you
instead of supporting it.
or like
Yeah.
talking me off the ledge, because me going off, punching someone in the face, that's not what's best for me. It might
Mhm.
feel really great in the moment,
Yeah.
but when you're adding to keeping me low and small,
Mhm.
and I didn't catch that from them initially, I see it clearly now. But whenever they call me and they're like, I lost my job or I did this or I did that, I'm like, okay, what's next? What do we got to do? How can I help? Not like, fuck that job, let's go drive the car through the front window. Like,
Right.
that doesn't help anything. We're grown ass people. So
Right.
I just think that like, yes, things are going to fall off. They're not going to all be easy and smooth,
Mhm.
Yeah.
but it's part of the journey. And
And I think it's how you deal with it.
For
Like,
sure.
I
Yeah.
do have like a temper, so obviously I was fired.
oh, we're best friends.
Yeah.
So I was fired and I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, Jessica? And the thing is, like, it's like my face is on the business. Like, it's
Mhm.
just me. So I was like, I can either take this not so gracefully
Mhm.
or I can swallow it and learn from it. And that
It
is
is
hard
what
for
it
me
is.
because
Yeah.
sometimes I can be immature like that.
Yeah.
And I'll own it. I can.
I love that. I think we all have
I'm
an
like,
emotional
yeah,
reaction.
getting on the email. I'm like,
Yeah, no,
type
you
it,
we
and I'm
say
like,
it. We say it to
delete,
each other.
100%.
We say it to each other so that we don't say it to the people.
I go
Right, yeah.
off
Yeah.
for quite some time,
Yeah.
and then I'm like, thank you so much.
Thank you
Have a
for
great
your
day.
feedback.
But like, there's a hole in the wall.
Best
Like,
regards, Jess.
yeah,
you for your opinion.
absolutely. I feel it here sometimes. Like
Oh,
I
feel
just can't believe the
everything.
audacity
Yeah.
sometimes.
Me
but
too. And I feel big and I love, and that's a challenge
Yeah,
on its
but being
own.
self-employed, like I'm allowed to feel how I want to. When I worked in a job and someone came at me crazy and you got to sit there and
Mhm.
keep it together and be professional, I think that's unhealthy.
100%.
I think
sure.
being allowed to feel how I feel in the
100%.
moment, and whoever sees it in this building, like I trust everyone that works
Mhm.
here. Like no, they don't take their cameras out and watch
Mhm.
me go
Yeah.
ape shit. But I have my moments, and I feel phenomenal getting it out and being able to just move on, not
Mhm.
repressing it and then taking it home and then dumping it on my husband at the end of the day instead.
100%.
Just what I did as an employee.
Mhm.
I'm
instead.
definitely in a much better mental state than I have ever been. I feel better emotionally, physically, just everything.
I love it. I love it.
Love
That's amazing. All right, that's
Yeah.
all our questions.
Cool.
Thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for
Thank you
doing
so much
this.
for having
I hope
me.
it went better than you planned.
Yes, I'm
I don't
so
think you had
excited.
expectations.
Good.
So
A podcast was on my bucket list, so
Oh,
thank you.
good.
thank
Amazing.
you.
You were great.
You were so good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.